Hello and welcome to News Now on TV360. I'm Thelma Okoro. Just hours after the inauguration of Adama Barrow as president of the Gambia, Senegalese troops have entered the country to back Barrow as Yaya Jammeh refuses to stand down from office. The development has been confirmed by Senegal's army spokesman. The troops are ready to force Jammeh out of the seat of power after refusing pleas from both the ECOWAS and AU to hand over power. The Nigerian Air Force has also confirmed flying over Gambia while awaiting further instructions from the ECOWAS troops commander. Adama Barrow made history on Thursday, becoming the first president in Africa to be sworn in outside the shores of the country. He was sworn in at the Gambian embassy in Senegal. In his speech, Barrow said he will institute comprehensive constitutional and institutional reforms to bring about a Gambia that merit will count. He called on the African Union and ECOWAS to help enforce the wishes of the people of Gambia by ensuring his safe return to Banjul. He also ordered the military high command to pledge their loyalty to him and ordered soldiers to return to the barracks.
My right as a winner to be sworn in and assume the office of president is constitutionally guaranteed and irreversible. This is a victory of the Gambian nation. Our national flag will now fly high among those of the most democratic nations of the world. I established a think tank, the Agency for Sustainable Social Economic Development, ASID. This will bring experts on board to share their knowledge and skill in order to put in place an inclusive development agenda. Men and women of this nation join hands to effect change that was in the making for decades. This is a change that should bring liberty and prosperity to everyone and not to be discriminated on basis of gender, religion, or ethnic origin. We are now determined to build a Gambia where merit and what you know counts more than whom you know. As the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, I call on all personnel of the Armed Forces and other security agencies to remain loyal to the Constitution and the Republic. I command the Chief of the Defense Staff and other officers of high command to demonstrate their loyalty to me as their Commander-in-Chief without any delay. I command all members of the armed forces to remain in their barracks. Those found wanting or in possession of firearms without my order shall be considered rebels.
Meanwhile, the African Union and the Economic Community of West African States have sent their messages to the new Gambian president. Both bodies had earlier said they will recognize Barrow as the Gambia president from January 19th and have pledged to help preserve the mandate of the Gambian people. The United Kingdom has also sent congratulatory messages and also called for Jammeh to stand down from office. Botswana, meanwhile, was the first African country to cut ties with Yaya Jammeh. The southern African country made its position known in a statement issued on Thursday. It also called on the international community to mount pressure on Jammeh to step down from office. In response, the United Nations Security Council says it will debate whether to deploy troops to the Gambia to force Jammeh to stand down. A decision is expected to be announced on Thursday evening. Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari has written to the National Assembly declaring his intention to begin a 10-day leave from next Monday, January 23rd. In his letter, the president also notified of a temporary handover to Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. President Buhari's leave ended on February 6, 2017. And now this will be the third time Osinbajo will be serving as acting president since President Buhari's inauguration on May 29, 2015. A statement from the presidency says during the vacation, the president will also undergo routine medical checkups in the UK. The Nigerian House of Representatives has ordered a thorough investigation into the accidental bombing of an IDP camp in Borno State, northeast Nigeria by an Air Force military jet. The order comes 72 hours after a military jet mistakenly dropped a bomb on the Ran IDP camp in Borno's Calabaje local government area, killing about 76 people. The House, after observing a minute of silence in honor of those who lost their lives in the incident, set up a 10-man committee to visit the scene and assess the situation on ground. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Air Force has constituted a board of senior officers to investigate the accidental airstrike by the Nigerian Air Force. Among its terms of reference, the board is to determine the immediate and remote cause as well as the circumstances that led to the incident. A statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Group Captain Ayodele Famuyiwa, also says the decision was made to forestall future occurrence. The board is to submit its report not later than February 2nd, 2017. The six-man board is headed by the Chief of Standards and Evaluation Headquarters of the Nigerian Air Force, Air Marshal Salisu Balariba. The Bring Back Our Girls campaign group has recommended the use of negotiation for the quick release of the remaining 195 Chibok girls still in Boko Haram captivity. The advice comes barely 48 hours after the group went on a tour of Zambisa Forest with some officials of the Nigerian government. Co-convener of the group, Obeze Kwesili, made the recommendation while briefing journalists of their findings during the Zambisa tour. Meanwhile, Nigeria's Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, who led the guided tour along with the Minister of Defense, revealed that negotiations were underway to release 83 of the girls. Now, the abducted schoolgirls are believed to have been kept in Zambisa Forest, which was the major hideout of the Boko Haram sect before they were dislodged by the Nigerian army. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) has said there was no immediate plans to increase the fuel price in the country. In a statement issued, the corporation says it already has enough fuel in stock and has no reason to increase the price of fuel. The statement comes on the backdrop of fears that the government might increase prices due to the increase in the payment of subsidy for the product. However, NNPC has now moved to dispel the rumor and urge Nigerians to avoid panic buying. Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode has promised Lagos residents that his administration would consolidate on its infrastructure renewal drive with the construction of 181 local government roads in the current fiscal year. Ambode said the roads are an improvement of the 114 roads currently being implemented in the country by the local governments in the state.
During his campaign, Governor Ambode promised that at least 2 roads will be fully constructed in each local government every year under his administration. Having completed the first phase last year, the governor is unveiling the construction of another 118 roads spread across all the local governments in the state. It was another jubilation for Lagosians when this was revealed at the first quarterly town hall meeting for 2017 held at Ajelogo, Mile 2 area of Lagos State. Governor Akinwumi Ambode said his administration plans to construct a total of 181 local government roads in 2017 fiscal year. He said the rent-to-own and rental housing policy kicked off by his administration last year, which is aimed at providing affordable units across the 3 senatorial districts, has been concluded. 4,355 housing units are available with over 500 applicants pre-qualified so far, while allocation will commence next week. On the agricultural sector, the governor said his administration was already looking to build on his partnership with Kebbi State government with the launch of Lake Rice in December 2016, adding that in the current quarter, the government would embark on the rehabilitation of Oko-Oba, Abattoir and Lairaj complex Agege to increase meat production output, develop the red meat value chain and restructure the complex for improved operations.
In the months ahead, our government will continue with our urban regeneration initiatives, building new infrastructure and maintaining existing ones. Some of those key projects we would like to take in this quarter include Agric Ishawo Arepo Road in Ikorodu, Ajelogo Akanimodo Road Rehabilitation, Oshodi to Muritala Mohammed Airport Road, Ketu Alakpere Inner Roads Phase 2, Okeosho Araga Poka in Epe, Topo Garage to VIP Chalet in Badagry. And then we are going to establish bus terminals and depots in Yaba, Ikeja, Oyinbo, Anthony, Ketu, and the toll gates.
Responding to question on security, Lagos State Commissioner of Police Fatai Owusheni said with the continued support of the state government, the command increased the number of personnel in Ketu Epe police posts from 2 to 70 to effectively combat kidnapping and other crimes in Agbowa, Itokin, and its environs.
Proposals had been submitted to the federal government on the need to have more police divisions created and more police posts created. And I know that when that is approved by the government, Lagos will have its own fair share of it. We don't want to also be putting up police stations and posts without having the personnel to staff them. All of us know that for a very long time, the Nigeria police has not recruited. And of course, it is expensive even taking care of them. We've just started recruitment. Lagos State indigenes that were successful are presently on training. And by the time that they are completing their training, the 10,000 personnel that are being trained now will be able to have more policemen.
Owosheni, however, urged traditional rulers and community elders to caution their wards and subjects, especially the youth, on the need to be law-abiding, shun all forms of criminal activities, and be engaged in lawful means of livelihood. Oluwole Ojo, TV360 News.
The National Assembly in Nigeria has passed the 2017 till 2019 medium-term expenditure framework, increasing the oil benchmark price of crude from $42.50 per barrel to $44.5 per barrel. The executive arm of government had set the benchmark price of the crude at $42.50 per barrel in the revised 2017 MTEF, which it sent to the National Assembly for approval and passage. The National Assembly has also adopted and passed the 2017 borrowing plan of the Nigerian government, but insists that they should be on a project-tied basis.
Corruption not in my country. Mr. Job! Mr. Job! What is it now?
What is it now?
Please turn down the volume of your music. It's too loud.
And how is that your business?
It is disturbing me. I can't sleep.
And the same way you are disturbing my right to good music and where I enjoy it. What's wrong with you? Is any other person complaining?
Maybe we thought that you have lost your mind. Are you having a party?
I'm just expecting you, sir. You remember I paid my husband too.
You will not understand why we are complaining because you do not care about other people except yourself. Look, the transformation we need in this country begins in this compound.
Yes, now.
From you, and I. This your selfishness is an offshoot of corruption. And corruption not in my country. Go to your bank. Go.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. You are watching TV360 News now. It's time for business. Fidelia will give us how the Naira is faring on the parallel and interbank market.
Despite the continuous rise in Nigeria's foreign reserves, the Naira is currently trading at 498 to the dollar, defying the movement in reserves. The foreign reserves hit a 10-month high on Thursday, surging to $27.378 billion, which is also its highest point in 2017. For 2017 alone, the foreign exchange has added over $1 billion, climbing out of an 11-year low. Now the Naira has been seen trading at 305 against the dollar at the official side of the foreign exchange market. The Nigerian government says it will inaugurate its newly designed economic recovery growth plan in February to accelerate the pulling out of the nation's economy out of recession. Nigeria's Vice President Yemi Osinbajo said this at the Business Interaction Group at the ongoing World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. The Vice President said that the newly developed Economic Recovery Growth Plan was designed to take the country out of the recession and, in the long term, continue to grow the economy. Moving on to more business stories. Oil price rose on Thursday even though swelling crude stockpiles in the United States limited the rebound for a one-week low. Benchmark Brent crude was up 38 cents, trading at $54.30 per barrel, while U.S. crude rose by 36 cents, to $51.44 per barrel. Oil prices have been mixed this year as shops for output cut by the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries and other producers have alternated with fears of a sharp rebound in U.S. shale production. Well, that's all we have on business. Thelma will be back with more stories. Don't go away.
Corruption not in my country.
Hello? Yeah, I found your wallet in front of a supermarket. Meet me at Apple Junction. Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Now we find out. Two of us.
Thank you very much, officer. You know, it's surprising that men like you still exist in the police force.
Yes, so...
Oh, yes.
This is just a token of my appreciation.
Oh, no, you don't need to do this. We're only doing our job.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Now I know police is really my friend.
Yes.
Friend. Hey. Okay, which came up with this one now? I don't understand.
You know your problem. You are greedy. I'm a policeman who is doing his job. All forms of corruption in the force. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
No fewer than 50 people are feared dead after a 17-story commercial building in Iran's capital of Tehran caught fire and collapsed. Most of those killed were firefighters helping to control the inferno in the incident. Mayor of the Iranian capital said at least 25 fighters were killed in the incident, which occurred on Thursday morning. 200 had battled the blaze in the landmark 17-story Plasco building for several hours before it fell to the ground in a matter of seconds. The building was a symbol of modernity that was constructed in the early 1960s. Another 70 people were injured, 23 of them seriously, in the incident. Italian rescuers have removed 3 bodies from a hotel engulfed by an avalanche in central Italy as a desperate search for up to 35 people continues. 4 earthquakes above magnitude 5 rocked central Italy on Wednesday, with tremors continuing into the night. Heavy snow and disruption caused by multiple earthquakes have hindered rescue efforts in the rubble of the Rigopiano Hotel in the Abruzzo region of Italy. The league management company has sanctioned some top Nigerian clubs for various breaches committed in the course of match day 1. The affected clubs include Rangers International, Lobby Stars and Niger Tornadoes. Each club were ordered to pay a fine for their various offences and have been warned against future occurrences. All clubs have a deadline of Thursday to respond to the charges leveled against them. World number 2 Novak Djokovic on Thursday crashed out of the 2017 Australian Open after a shock third-round defeat to 6-7, 7-5, 6-2, 6-7, 4-6 to Uzbek world number 117 Denis Istomin. This is Djokovic's earliest defeat at the Australian Open since 2006, when he was knocked out in the first round of the tournament. However, this is the second time in the 3 Grand Slam events he has been eliminated in the third round of the competition. It is only the second time in the 7 years that Djokovic has lost to a player ranked outside the top 100. Premier League side Manchester United have been named as the richest club in the world football according to the 2015-2016 edition of Deloitte's Football Money League. The Red Devils moved up 3 places from the ranking, overtaking Spanish giants Barcelona and Real Madrid. Real Madrid had been named as the richest club in the world for the past decade, dropped to 3rd place below Barcelona, while Bayern Munich and Manchester City make up the top 20. The top 20 is dominated by English sides, including first appearance for last season's champions, Leicester City. That's all we have on news now. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Thelma Okoro.